Aaron T-Bar Rift here. It is time for the No DQ live recap of WWE Smackdown for September the 25th, 2020. As you can see, I got the official No DQ mask. Make sure you guys wear a mask. You could purchase one over at nodq.com/merch. Now, why is the audio on for this? Technical difficulties. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties. We are back. Mike B just sent in a $5 super chat. Let me get rid of this mask, actually. Hold on. We're off to a little bit of a rough start here, but we're live. Oh, this is bad. Hold on. Okay, take 3. Part of me wonders if Retribution is trying to disrupt my live stream. The fake T-Bar, the wannabe T-Bar. I'm the real T-Bar. That's my birth name, Aaron T-Bar Rift. Anyways, Mike B sent in a $5 super chat. He says, the original Aaron T-Bar Rift has it better than the imposter T-Bar, and it's not even close. Thank you for that, Mike B. I do appreciate it. Now, let's talk about SmackDown, the final episode before the Clash of Champions pay-per-view event, which is this Sunday on the WWE Network. We kicked off SmackDown with a graphic for Road Warrior Animal. And then we had a bunch of ladders set up in the ring. We had Corey Graves hosting this segment or ceremony, as he put it. AJ Styles was there, and the Intercontinental Champion, Jeff Hardy, and the real Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn. The 3 guys were in the ring, and they took turns running each other down. Sami Zayn and Jeff Hardy put their championships on that hanger, and then it was lifted above the ring to be the ceremony to set up the match for Sunday. Both championships will be up for grabs. Winner takes all. Just like WrestleMania 10, you climb the ladder and you grab both of the titles. Now, this was supposed to be a one-on-one match between Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles. Styles and Hardy were having this face-off in the ring. Sami Zayn acted like he was leaving, but then he ended up tipping the ladder over onto Styles and Hardy. Zayn then tried to take his leave, and we had Adam Pearce come out. He was annoyed what Zayn did and said he is making a decision to turn the singles match into a triple threat match. We get the triple threat before the pay-per-view. Weird booking, but I guess because the ladder match is the real attraction, you could do a normal triple threat followed by the ladder match triple threat at the pay-per-view, whatever. We had the match after the commercial break, back and forth between the 3 of them. Styles hit a phenomenal forearm to Hardy. However, Sami Zayn stole the pin. And I would say this is an indication that Sami Zayn will not be winning on Sunday. After the match was over, Styles attacked both Hardy and Sami Zayn with the ladder. Styles climbed up the ladder and grabbed both championships and held them up. Again, I don't think AJ Styles is going to be winning on Sunday if you go by that logic. Now, WWE has not always done it that way in recent years where the last person standing before the pay-per-view loses. Hardy got the worst of it on SmackDown, and I think he will win on Sunday. I do think he will emerge with both championships. Mike B with a $5 super chat. Again, thank you very much, Mike B. He says, I meant to say is better than it has been. Sorry for the typo. Aaron T-Bar is greater than T-Bar. Thanks again, Mike B. I appreciate it. And by the way, if you guys would like to support the site, we got the NoDQ.com masks. I'm not going to put it on again because I'll struggle to take it off, and then I'll have to time out the video. But head over to nodq.com/merch to pick up a nodq.com mask. COVID-19, it's still going on. Florida might be opening things back up, but you want to keep yourself safe. Wear a mask. All right, let's move on here. We had Heavy Machinery backstage, and the question that needed to be answered: would Otis give up Money in the Bank, or is he going to see Miz in a court of law? Otis said he does not trust lawyers. Miz and Morrison showed up. Miz talked about how his lawyers charge $2,000 an hour, and they will just destroy poor Otis. But then Tucker revealed that only Miz's name is on the lawsuit. So maybe Otis can do nothing about Miz, but Otis can take his frustrations out on John Morrison. And that's exactly what he did. He attacked Morrison, and the officials broke everything up. I was still hoping we would have gotten some kind of trial. Maybe we still will. I want to see Otis in the suit and tie, bring in Judge Judy or somebody to be the judge for the segment. I think it would be fun. And I'm sure it's Vince's idea of humor, but I actually think it could be good with these guys. I say do it. We had Bayley come out for a promo when she had her steel chair that she used to injure Sasha Banks. She cut this promo and she said, unlike Sasha, she still has work to do. She has a title match to prepare for against Nikki Cross, and then she talked about Nikki. She said, imagine what she's going to do to Nikki. Look at what she did to her best friend, and just imagine what's in store for Nikki Cross at the pay-per-view. Decent promo here, was okay. Nothing too special. We had Shinsuke Nakamura one-on-one with Grand Metalik. This Sunday at the pay-per-view, it's Cesaro and Shinsuke against Lucha House Party for the tag team titles. Match was decent, but nothing too special. Back and forth a little bit. Metalik got some offense in, but then he missed a moonsault, and then Nakamura hit the running strike to the back of his head, and then hit the exploder suplex. Finished him off with the Kinshasa. After the match, Cesaro attacked Lince Dorado. Dorado and Kalisto were at ringside. Dorado got beat up. Kalisto just stood on the outside of the ring. He did nothing to help. Shinsuke and Cesaro took their leave. And Kalisto finally got in the ring to check on his Lucha House Party buddies. But Dorado was not amused that Kalisto did not come in sooner and shoved him down. So the friction between these Lucha House Party members continues, and I really don't care. Match was okay, but just felt like filler. Kurapika07 says the tag team division is so weak on both brands. Very much so. And Colin Andrews says, looks like the Lucha House Party will be done for good on Sunday. He has a feeling. Hopefully. I mean, I feel bad for the guys because I feel like when they break up, they're really going to go nowhere. They're already going nowhere. But nobody takes them seriously as a tag team. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. They may want to consider going back to NXT. If you're going to bring some acts over to NXT from the main roster, quite frankly, I think the Lucha House Party should go. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, is T-Bar more over than the Lucha House Party? Yes. As much as it pains me to say it, I will give T-Bar, the fake T-Bar, I'm the real T-Bar, I will give Dominic Dijakovic credit. he's got some decent Twitter game. If you go on his Twitter feed, he's been tweeting at people and responding to the No DQ post about which Retribution member are you. When you pick your birth month and your day of birth, you get your Retribution name. He responded to that. He's responding to the haters and the critics. It's quite interesting. I don't think it's going to save the group by any means, but I give Dominic credit for being a good sport about it and trying to have fun with it. Good for him. Just keep in mind, though, I'm the original T-Bar. We had Jey Uso backstage knocking on Roman Reigns' door. And then we had a really cool video package for Reigns versus Jey Uso. For this one, we had a lot of the family members interviewed. We had the Wild Samoans, Roman's dad, interviewed. We had Rikishi, Jay and Jimmy's son, interviewed. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool that we had some of the family members talk about the match, and Jimmy Uso also made an appearance in this video package. TJS, everybody shame TJS in the chat room because he is going off topic. He sent in a $2 super chat, says, what were your thoughts on the Mr. America and Vince McMahon lie detector test? I liked it. Very fun segment. Crowd loved it. I thought it was well done. Back to SmackDown. We had Jay come to the ring for a promo. He wanted to know what was up with the glare that Reigns gave him on last week's show. We had Paul Heyman step out of Reigns' locker room and said that Reigns is not going to talk to Jay right now. He said it will happen on Reigns' time, and it will happen later, but not right at that moment. We had King Corbin versus Matt Riddle, and Kev in the chat room says hopefully it leads to Reigns versus Rock. That's what I'm thinking. If we get a crowd at WrestleMania, which I sense we're going to, I don't know if it's going to be 70,000 people, and I don't know if it's going to be in Los Angeles, but my gut feeling is WrestleMania will have fans. By April, there'll probably be some COVID vaccines available, but not to everybody. I'm not sure WWE can plan something in LA so far in advance. They may have to cancel WrestleMania in LA and do it in Florida. Maybe Tampa will get it after all, but I feel like we'll get some fans at least. It might be 25% capacity in a stadium, but I think WrestleMania will have fans. Hell, I think Survivor Series could end up having fans maybe in Florida or something. Florida's easing up on the COVID restrictions. Now, I personally would not go. If I was in Florida and they had Survivor Series in a stadium, I would not go. But that's just me. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, would you go to WrestleMania if you had a vaccine? Yes, but that's the only way I would go. No go for me without a vaccine, bottom line. So we had Matt Riddle versus King Corbin, and this match was really back and forth between the two guys. Riddle would have control, Corbin would come back, and this was a pretty solid match. This could have been on a pay-per-view. I thought it was better than their payback match. I thought it was quite solid here. And some people were upset about the finish. Riddle went for the Broton, and Corbin got his knees up and then hit the end of days to pick up the victory. People were upset that Riddle lost the match. And yeah, it's 50-50 booking. I kind of expect it by now. Figured Corbin would get his win back. After the match, we did have a promo from Riddle, which I did like. Riddle said it sucks losing, but he's going to continue to grind until SmackDown is the bro show. I kind of liked it. You know, saying he got knocked off the horse, but he's going to get back on and keep fighting. Match was good. I like the promo. Maybe WWE is keeping a low profile with Matt Riddle because of the accusations made towards him and this legal battle that he's in right now. That very well could be why WWE's not pushing him very strongly at the moment. But yeah, I mean, Corbin's the veteran, and I'm okay with it. I know some people were upset, but there were other things this week on WWE television that I think people can make a better argument about being mad over. We had another little vignette for the mystery woman, Carmella. We had Alexa Bliss versus Lacey Evans. And this was something that really got escalated as far as the storyline goes with Alexa Bliss and the Fiend. During the match, Lacey was dominating for most of the beginning, but then when Alexa started to make a comeback, all of a sudden we started hearing the Fiends laughing. After the match, Lacey managed to regain control, and all of a sudden the Fiend's red light started to shine in the arena, and we had the Fiend's picture on the screen, all that stuff, and the evil Fiend sound effect. And this is when Lacey was in trouble because Alexa finally snapped and she beat the crap out of Lacey until the referee rang the bell, disqualified Alexa because he tried to get Alexa to back off and she wouldn't. So he called off the match. And after the match, Alexa hit the Sister Abigail on Lacey, and the red light came on again. She started laughing like a maniac, and she took her leave. And interestingly enough, as she was leaving, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman came out. And as Reigns and Heyman were standing there, Reigns was holding up his title with his music playing. Alexa looked back towards Reigns and gave him the death stare. Michael Cole even mentioned, I mean, this was a little subtle tease for The Fiend versus Reigns, but Michael Cole made it clear where this is going. He brought up how Reigns took the Universal title from The Fiend. Pretty obvious where this is all going. We're going to get The Fiend versus Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell, but we did have this final Jey Uso segment before the pay-per-view, and we got this match with Reigns and Jey Uso. I'm suspecting that after the pay-per-view, we will have The Fiend go one-on-one with Reigns, and this is the little setup for it with Alexa Bliss. The game is on 100 with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much for that. It seems The Fiend challenging Reigns at Hell in a Cell due to Alexa looking at Reigns hard. WWE better not put that match in the cell to avoid fans being upset. Well, if I may channel Road Warrior Hawk. By the way, I was a little upset because, yeah, they did acknowledge Animal's death, and there was even a little segment where they showed the tweets. But I was hoping we would have gotten like a full-blown video package tribute to the Road Warriors, and we did not get it. I was a bit let down by that. But thank you, Game is on 100 for the super chat, and Psycho Jet Black with its super chat of $2 says, will The Fiend turn tweener or face against Roman? I would presume he's a face. It was already being teased that he was going in that direction prior to Reigns coming back and that storyline with Strowman. And Kurapika07 wants to know what's up with Strowman. I believe he's still technically part of SmackDown, but whenever WWE does that superstar shakeup, which last time I heard was going to be in October, I would think that there's a pretty good chance that Strowman goes over to Raw. Would not shock me, and maybe he'll feud with Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre, whoever the champion is. I could see that happening. We had our final segment of the evening, which was Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman in the ring. But before Heyman could really say anything, we had Jey Uso interrupt Heyman, and Reigns, he spoke to Jey. He said he would give Jey the championship if he could. However, Jey would not know what to do with it. Jey doesn't understand the responsibility of being on top. He said it's not Jey's fault, however, because Jey is a twin, one half of the greatest tag team of this generation, and the family is proud of Jey and Jimmy. However, the family depends on Reigns to be their tribal chief. And the man who carries WWE is not going to be Jey. It will never be Jey. It's always going to be Roman Reigns. Reigns took his leave. He was satisfied with himself. But then Jey got on the mic and said, what if Reigns is wrong? What if it's actually Jey Uso who is the face of the company? And he even brought up how people see Roman Reigns as the guy, the top dog, the tribal chief. When they see Jey, people ask, which one is he? Which twin is he? They don't know. But after Sunday, they will know who Jey Uso is. They'll know him as the guy who beat Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Jey's music hit. He walked up the stage, and then all of a sudden, Reigns jumped him with a Superman punch, and then Reigns cut this great promo on Jey. As Jey was laid out, he said that he feeds a whole family with the Universal Championship. And what Jey is going to do is at the pay-per-view, Jey is going to take the payday and the ass whipping that comes with it. And nobody will ever take Reigns' place at the head of the table. This was fantastic. I loved this ending of SmackDown. Reigns did such a great job here, just being a total badass. And you could tell he's really feeling this. And when we've heard Reigns cut promos over the years, sometimes it feels like he just has to go out there and recite the lines that he's given. But here, you could really feel that he is invested in this storyline. And that's what makes it all the better. Like when he feels the promo, you get the best out of Reigns as far as his performance goes. Fantastic ending to the show. Overall, I thought SmackDown was fairly run-of-the-mill. Not a lot of storyline development, but there were a few shining moments. The end was great. Loved it with Reigns. And even Jey Uso had a shining moment there. Alexa Bliss, I like what's going on with her character. That's been fun to watch. Matt Riddle and King Corbin, I thought was a really solid match. Pretty decent SmackDown overall when you weigh everything together. Not the best, but not the worst. I'm going to be nice and give it a B-. I was thinking C+, but the ending really brought it up for me. So B+ or B-, B- for SmackDown. Mike B gives it a B+. Daniel gives it a C, almost a B-. Vinny Carr with a B-. Tyson with a B+. Kev with a B-. Kwansack01 with a C. Kim Hall with a B-. Dr. NXT Scorpio with a B-. Ace and his Familia Vlogs with an A-. And the Game is on 100 with a B-. And Colin Andrew with a B-. Mr. Dark Fantasy with a $2 super chat says, if relocated, will WrestleMania Hollywood-based logo be used? Probably not, because it looks like something that would be used in Hollywood with the way it's designed. I would think that if WrestleMania is going to be in Florida, I could see it having a different logo. I mean, yeah, for WrestleMania 36, they used the pirate logo at the Performance Center. But they had literally 2 weeks or 3 weeks to change everything up. They really had no time to come up with a new logo and do all that stuff. I'm thinking now WWE is taking that into consideration. What if WrestleMania is not in Hollywood? They're probably thinking of other ideas for logos and whatnot, maybe just using a generic logo for WrestleMania. Who knows? But yeah, I would think that they would come up with something different with this much time in advance. I feel like we're going to know by the end of the year if WrestleMania is going to be in Inglewood, California. Because WWE needs time to plan things out, and they need to know if they're going to get the go-ahead to run in the stadium. I think by the end of the year, we'll know if WrestleMania is going to be going Hollywood or not in 2021. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. He says, Aaron T-Bar versus TJS for the letter T match. Oh, boy. Man, poor Tyler. If he was just JS, just saying, I'm not sure how that would work for him. I don't want to take the T away from TJS. I mean, that's 1/3 of his gimmick. He needs it more than I do. And Caleb Jacobs says, do you think Brock should come back against Reigns for the Rumble? If Brock comes back, it should be at WrestleMania, unless The Rock is going to be at WrestleMania. There is always that possibility for Brock to come back, though, and face Roman Reigns. I've been talking about that for a long time. Brock comes back and he's looking for revenge because Paul Heyman left him for a younger guy. I could definitely see that. And yeah, if The Rock is not doing WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar would be a logical choice. And I would be interested in it. Even though we've seen Reigns versus Lesnar many times, it's a different dynamic now, and to me that would make it fresh. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for tonight. Remember, nodq.com/merch. You can pick up the nodq.com mask, nodq.com/merch. Thank you guys for tuning in. Join me after the pay-per-view Clash of Champions this Sunday for my live recap of the show. Be safe, everybody, and I will see you guys next time.